मैं गांधी की तरह इस कानून को फाड़ता हूं। ये अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल है सर।
संसद का कानून है, सबको स्वीकार करना पड़ेगा।
After 12 hours of fierce debate, discussion and drama, the Waqf Amendment Bill was passed in the Lok Sabha at 2 a.m. 288 votes in favour of the bill and 232 votes against the bill. The debate saw counters by the opposition, while the BJP-led government mounted a fierce attack. The centre claimed that the bill would improve the administration and management of Waqf properties in the country. However, the opposition termed it unconstitutional and against the interests of the Muslim community. Now, as we speak, the bill has been tabled in the Rajya Sabha, where it is expected to pass with a clear majority. But despite what's happening in the parliament, there are several questions surrounding the bill. First, why is the bill so controversial? If implemented, what changes will it bring? Why is the opposition calling the bill anti-Muslim? And what arguments are being made for and against the bill? Let me tell you that this is not the first time that the bill has been introduced in the parliament. On 8th of August 2024, the bill was first introduced in the parliament. However, it was referred to a joint parliamentary committee or JPC for scrutiny. On 13th of February this year, the committee submitted its report. 6 days later, the Union Cabinet approved it. And then on 2nd of April 2025, the bill was reintroduced in the Lok Sabha. The new bill seeks to amend the Waqf Act 1995, which governs the administration of Waqf properties in India. So what is Waqf? Well, in simple words, a Waqf is a charitable or religious donation, mostly in the form of property made by Muslims. Most of these donations are made without valid documentation. The proceeds from such donations are used to maintain mosques, graveyards, fund madrasas and orphanages. So can Waqf properties be taken back? Well, the answer is no. Once a property is made Waqf, it remains Waqf forever. The property is believed to be owned by Allah, so it cannot be taken back or sold. Waqf boards in the country control 8.72 lakh properties amounting to over 9.4 lakh acres. Well, so do all Islamic countries have Waqf properties? Well, the answer for this is also no. Not all Islamic countries have Waqf properties. Some countries like Turkey, Libya, Egypt, Sudan, Lebanon, Syria, Jordan and Iraq do not follow the Waqf system. The amendments proposed under the new Waqf bill gives the government a say in regulating Waqf properties and settling disputes regarding them. This has generated a pushback from Muslim outfits. Amongst a host of proposed changes, there are 7 specific provisions of the new Waqf bill that have sparked controversy and are objected by the Muslim organizations, including the All India Muslim Personal Law Board. One of the proposals in the bills includes twerks in the composition of Central Waqf Council and State Waqf Boards. The bill makes it mandatory to include non-Muslims as its member. Secondly, in cases of dispute, a senior state government official will have the final say if a property is Waqf or belongs to the government. Let's take, for example, a property that is disputed. Until now, the decision about the disputes were taken by the Waqf Tribunal. But from now, a senior government official will take the final decision. Third is the property rights for women. Now, women must receive their inheritance before a property is declared as Waqf. Special provisions will be made for widows, divorced women and orphans. The bill also alters the composition of Waqf Tribunal, which will now consist of a district judge and a state government official of joint secretary rank. Additionally, the tribunal's decision can be challenged to the High Court. The fifth contentious proposal makes it compulsory for every Waqf property to be registered on a central portal within 6 months of the law coming into force. However, the Waqf Tribunal can extend the time frame in selected cases. Well, now only individuals who have practiced Islam for at least 5 years can donate property to Waqf. One of the most significant changes is the removal of Section 40, which previously allowed the conversion of any land into Waqf property by the boards. This means that now properties cannot be automatically designated as Waqf simply because they have been used for religious or charitable purposes for a long time. The opposition, including the Congress and AIMIM, argues that the bill is unconstitutional. Congress MP Gaurav Gogoi called it an assault on the constitution. Meanwhile, AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi tore a copy of the bill in parliament, stating, and I quote, "I'm tearing up the law like Mahatma Gandhi did with British law in South Africa." The opposition also raised concerns that the inclusion of non-Muslims in Waqf bodies interferes with religious affairs. The 5-year requirement for donation is restrictive, and giving a government official final authority over property disputes could lead to bias. NDA government argues that the bill is necessary to prevent irregularities in Waqf property management. Union Home Minister Amit Shah claimed that large amount of land, including government and temple properties, had been transferred to Waqf due to loopholes in the law. Shah cited examples saying that the properties in Delhi's Lutyens zone went to Waqf and they started taking over other government lands. In Tamil Nadu, a 400-year-old temple property was declared as Waqf. Union Minister Kiran Rijiju stated that without the amendment, even the parliament building could have been claimed as Waqf property. With the BJP stronghold in the Rajya Sabha, the bill is expected to pass without much resistance. However, before it becomes a law, the nation is likely to witness further protests, heated debates and possibly legal challenges. As the bill moves forward, the DMK has announced its decision to challenge it in Supreme Court, citing constitutional violations and potential discrimination against Muslim community.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.